Hey everybody, this is Aaron. I'm going to talk about two different things. My camera is doing some weird thing where it just cuts off after like maybe almost 10 minutes, or maybe, it's random when it does it. So I want to kind of get everything in before it does this to me again because it's a little annoying. So on Saturday I had another vlog entry, but it was doing the same thing. So I'm going to try and get it all in there before it messes with me. But I'm going to also try and be as um, clear as possible with my speaking and stuff like that. So on Saturday, I was talking about how gender issues for me for the longest time have really been holding me back. And I have been planning to go to Portland or to Leavenworth or somewhere kind of close, but also getting out of my comfort zone because my comfort zone is only about a 3 mile radius of where I live, which includes my school. So I go to school, I go to a couple of the stores that are around there. Luckily there's a pet store and a bookstore and a grocery store. Most importantly, Fat Boy got to eat. But I realized I was letting it, the gender issues or the fear of being stared at and possibly, some sort of hate crime happening. But really, to be honest, I live in probably one of the more safer areas. So, um, it's a very cool area, and of course you never know it, but at the same time, it's like I don't feel like I should be afraid, even if I was in kind of a more dangerous area. It's just it was holding me back, and my fear was holding me back, and I was using it as a crutch, and so I decided that I wanted to kind of slowly expand my areas of where I go, and I haven't done a whole lot of that yet, really. But there's been a few things that have changed, and I'm really kind of excited to kind of share that in here. And I recognize that maybe one or two people um, every time I post may look at it when I am on Tumblr, or they might just say, "Hey, Aaron did something. I'm gonna like it just to recognize that it exists and stuff." So anyway, so what I did was on Saturday, I got my hair cut, which I usually do every 3 months. I thought about growing it out for cosplay reasons, but I'm not quite there yet for the whole cosplay thing. I don't know who I was gonna be. I think I had made a decision to be like Wolverine at one point. There was another character I thought that I might play very well, but I can't remember who that is because it was perfect, and I'm like, who the heck do I look like? So I don't know. I think right now I look like I might be somebody. I might be able to pull off somebody. I don't know. I'm gonna have to look through some of the animes or whatever and just be like, this is who I am. Yeah. So anyway, I'm going off topic and I'm wasting time. Um, so I decided, every Saturday they had drag shows, and at this place, and I keep telling myself I'm going to go to this bar. It's a queer friendly bar. It's a gay bar. So I was like, yay! And they had drag shows, once a month, and I kept telling myself I'm going to go, I'm going to go, and I never do. And so finally, when I realized that this, gender issues and stuff were becoming a crutch, I was like, well, maybe I need to change some of that because I did want to go to Portland and travel and do little, light traveling around and stuff. So, so I went to the drag show and it was a lot of fun. And it turns out that, I went down there by myself and I had, they have a little food vending in the front. And so I ate, I had some food there, and then I went inside and I had a couple beers to kind of, while I was waiting, and keeping my, I reserved kind of a seat for myself, and it was a really good seat. I found out later, and it was good. It was really fun. When the drag show actually started, about an hour and a half after I got there and reserved my seat, um, some people that actually a friend, kind of a friend, somebody I didn't really know, but we recognized each other's faces and stuff, and she was celebrating her birthday, and it was, just kind of hanging out together, and so I wasn't alone, for long. Plus, some people who started sharing my table, they made themselves known, and they talked to me a little bit before my friend arrived with, a group of her friends, so that was fun. So that whole thing was just amazing. I had an amazing time. So it didn't make me regret leaving, the little bubble, for at least for the night. So But I have found out that I have been kind of expanding in other ways, like in writing. I have been writing so much lately, and I write a lot. I write fan fiction and stories for TV shows, books, and movies. Right now, my obsession is Once Upon a Time, and just I don't know what's going on, but if it's springtime or what, but my muse, whatever is getting me going, I am writing a lot, and I'm very excited to know that. And even in my writing, I've been writing various couplings just to kind of see, okay, well, how would this coupling look like? How would this coupling look like? And usually, in some of the past, there's only been maybe for women to work with, so you can have only a certain amount of couplings. But this show has a lot of women in it, and so I'm like, yes. Usually I would write stories for Warehouse 13, which only has 3 or 4 women in it, and two combinations or something to go by or whatever, and that would seem acceptable. I don't know, for me. And so I only said, there was just, it didn't seem right otherwise, I guess. So this one, it's like any combination, and I do just to see what they're like, and that's kind of expanded how I think about writing various, plots and stuff like that. So that's been very fun to do. Um, Also, um, for the first time, I wrote a story where I guess the nice way to put it was an OT3 instead of one pairing, two people. This is actually a relationship with 3 people in it. So which I've heard of. I haven't seen it done or anything like that except for in a movie, and it was a foreign movie, so but it worked for the couple or for the pairing in there, so for the relationship in that movie, so that was kind of cool. But I never outside of that, I don't know. I know it exists, I just don't know personally. But I did, so I never read or wrote anything for it, and um, I did. I finally did, and it was just a cute little, they're just, cuddling in bed. That kind of a story. It wasn't anything like sexual or anything like that. So now I'm writing another story tonight, a little bit tonight, a little bit tomorrow. Actually, technically, it's May the 4th, so May the 4th be with you. So what I'm writing now is kind of a gender issue one, which is mainly why I wanted to start this video. Was It was about one of the women having a male alter kind of character who kind of emerges when she needs to take back her masculinity, or she feels like she needs to take some control back in her life, and most of it kind of happens if she's been, kind of bored down on, and so, or maybe she's been humiliated really badly, something along those lines, and so this male comes out, and so far I've only referred to him as him in quotations, and then I still talk about this character as her, she, and her name. And I don't want to say which character I'm working with that's doing this because I don't know if somebody who actually knows me and they know what I'm writing or whatever. I don't want to spoil the story exactly, but I do want to explore this, because I've never done a gender a switch kind of a thing. So um, I hope that this goes well. I'm actually kind of gotten over the fact that not many people look at these videos. I hope that if somewhere down the line somebody does look at them, it helps. But mostly it's been a video diary for me, which I didn't really want when I started this out. I didn't want it to be for me personally, but it has helped me a lot. So I'm going to keep going that way. Um, I'll help in any way I can if somebody has questions or whatever. But um, I like that this has kind of become a vlog for gender things because I don't really have somebody to go to. But at the same time, I don't really have somebody that I trust enough or that I know well enough to talk to and ask about that. So I'm going to stop this video. I may do another one later tonight or something, but it's doing a weird thing that at about the 10-minute mark it kind of shuts off for no reason. So I'm gonna let it go, and I'll talk to you whoever later.